Welcome to Chris Parkin Shooting Sports. Now, many of my long-term readers in magazines will see me review a lot of equipment from Military First. Now, Military First, as you may have noticed, sponsor my YouTube channel. They are a supplier of a massive number of items of clothing, luggage, baggage, various fieldcraft accessories and all sorts, rifle cases, things like that. They've got a massive website and they do fantastic DPD delivery. So I am going to plug them for that because I find them so easy to deal with when I'm needing new kit. So they've sent me a box today, and although you may have seen a lot of gear in the past that I've been wearing that is from them, I thought today this box has just arrived. I'm going to unbox it and just show you an example of some of the stuff that's in here. So we shall hopefully, it's quite large, go through a lot of it. Now I think the easiest thing to do will be to take it out of the box first and then go through it systematically when I haven't got the box in front of me, because there is a huge amount of gear. Let's just get that out of the way as well, and then the box can go into the filing system. There we go. Right, what's first? First we have got, and now this is a Helicon item. Helicon is a fantastic clothing pack. Now this is a very lightweight windproof jacket. I did actually ask for this because, you know, they're kind of handy just to have, you know, wrapped up in your bag sometimes. And even in the, I mean, we're getting towards autumn and, you know, soon be winter, but a lightweight waterproof screwed up in your range bag is always a handy item to have. And Helicon is a great stuff. So this is the Tramontane wind jacket, and that is super light. And what I really don't want to do is make a whole mess of this, because just in case it's a bit big for me, I'll need to repackage it. And folding clothing is not something I ever did a huge qualification in. If I can actually unsnag that from there. But you're more than likely going to see me in this because it is super lightweight. And I mean that, just to, obviously don't screw it up too much, but that is just into nothing. So I'll be wearing this probably in some videos, but we shall see how it goes on at the time. Where are we now? Where are we now? Upside down, there. So that is really thin, windproof, and it's waterproof as well. So let's give that a go at a later date, because hopefully today, 21st of September, it's not raining, it's sunny. Right, these are socks. These are Scarpet trekking socks. What language are we in there? I'm not quite sure what language that is in. Material, Coolmax, got DuPont, I can't read that because it's not actually in English, but these are 45% Coolmax, 33% Isofil, polyamide 20%, elastane 2%, and these are trekking socks. So those are sort of quite a lightweight trekking sock, but they're quite tall. Let's just pop those open and maybe get the knife because I don't want to damage them. This is all fun video, isn't it? This is going to be a nice fingertip challenge to not cut the socks or my fingertips, but there's definitely one for later. And in the meantime, let's just go like that and snap it. So these are sort of mid-length socks for your trekking boots, and we shall be trying those, seeing what those are like. To go into gratuitous detail, I have particularly dry feet. I don't have sweaty feet, so I don't have a problem with too much with humidity. But comfort's always the same, and you know, you want to see if it keeps your feet in good condition. What's in this bag now? This is a big bag. Now that is something I wanted. This is an ID pack. So when I'm at gun shows and things like that, I can hang this around my neck and I can put my business cards in it, and people know who I am, and my show pass and my press pass, things like that, and people know who I am and where I'm from, because you'll generally find when you go to the big trade events, you'll see people's eyes kind of fading towards your chest where this is, to make sure they know your name, because although you may have met them several times before, they can't remember what your name is. And to be fair, neither can I theirs. Right, this is a rifle case. Now this is, I think, this is from Wisport. Now Wisport is a Polish company. They make some superb luggage. I've got quite a few there, rucksacks, holdalls, things like that, and they are tough as old boots, and they do not break, and they do not split, and the zips don't fall apart. And when you've got things like this, like the knotted loops on the zips, they don't just sort of come undone randomly and things like this. Now this is a newer 100cm rifle case. It's quite a light case, probably more one for, you know, taking on the hunting trips with you, but it's good padding on it to store the rifle in. There's rucksack slips strings on the back there, so you can wear it, and then there's a bag at the bottom, so that's going to have some of your hunting gear in it. Now, I got this predominantly for air rifles actually, because with a lot of them, you know, being quite compact and short, I thought this is going to work really well, because I can just put a few items in it for when I want to go out air rifle shooting, which, you know, extra pellets or slugs and batteries for the night vision, things like that, and I'm away. But as you can see, this has got two sides to it, and as well as the thick padding here, it's got a dividing sort of a divided two, so you can put two air rifles in that if you wanted to. You've got lots of straps here, lots of elastic there, we can click them all in place, there's webbing, etc., and that's going to hold the rifles well in position, especially if you tuck them in at either end. And of course, if you put two in, there you go. So this is going to pretty much go into use straight away, possibly even today. But you know, it's definitely for the shorter rifles. On my wall back here, or in fact no, I'm not, I've just put it in the truck with a gun in it. There's a 120cm version of this, which is very similar, but it's got two large pockets on the front as well as all the mollies here. I've had a couple of those, and I've been using those for 6 or 7 years. They are really, really good. And of course, if you fold them out flat, you've got a bit of an impromptu shooting mat if the ground is specifically if it's uncomfortable, you know, covered in rocks or gravel or something like that, not necessarily muddy where you don't want to get the bag messed up. Now these are sort of a group of different sized cases, so you can see all these cases here, and this is for packing all sorts of clothing or shooting kit in, and it's sort of they're very lightweight mesh designs, but it segregates all the different items in your shooting gear. So if you've got a massive holdall or something like that, but you actually want to separate it out a little bit into sort of casual clothing or hunting clothing, or, you know, various different items, that will do that brilliantly well. These have all got Velcro straps on them, they've all got double zippers, so they've got plenty of fixing and fastening versatility on them. And of course, being Wisport, I'm completely confident in all the stitching, all the seams, and that nothing is going to fall apart. This is not like the cheap junk from, how shall I say this, lands where lots of cheap junk is made, and you know, as soon as you unzip them, the zip falls apart or something like that. I have never broken a zip or a strap or had a lanyard come loose or anything like that on any Wisport gear. I'll put links to all these in the description below, and as well as a link to Military First. Military First do actually offer a discount code on my video, so I'll leave that link on there too. It's usually at the end of the video, and you can go through to their site. You do need to register an account with them, but that's not something that's a big problem. These I've got a few pairs of these, to be fair. These are Urban Tactical Pants. I am going to rip these open because I know they'll fit me, because I have them in several colours. But you know, I like the mud brown ones, and they were out of stock last time, so I got some green ones. These are super comfortable, sort of, how shall we call them? They're not really cargo pants because they don't have big leg pockets on them, but they've got reinforced knees, you've got a slightly elasticated waist. Here's one thing, they've actually got a Velcro fastening at the waist, which 7 or 8 years ago when I got the first pair of these, I thought, is that actually going to last very long? And do you know what? No problem at all. These are from Helicon. So there's a vast array of sizes and lengths, and you've got a variety of small pockets, etc. in the sides here. You may well have seen me wearing these on other videos because I have got a few pairs on of them. They are superb. I think the only reason I've ever retired a pair is because after sort of 5, 6 or 7 years, whatever it was, they started to fade a bit, and they were looking a bit ratty because they'd got lots of little scratches and nicks and tears on them from various bits of barbed wire or something. But that was after 6 years or so, and I think that is a real testament to how tough these things are. The material looks surprisingly it's got slight give to it, and it's got an elasticated weight, it's got belt loops on it, but the actual material they are calling this it's polycotton ripstop. And like I say, although you might get the odd puncture wound in it, it won't rip. And I really like them. So you've probably seen me these in various colours, but I've got a couple of pairs of mud brown, a couple of pairs of coyote, and some darker green ones. Oh, here we got another bag from Wisport. This is a rucksack. I'll get that on the floor because I don't need that. This is a Sparrow 30 litre, I think it is, which is the ideal weight. Now I got this specifically because I've got a big trip to America coming up, and I'm away for 12 days on a hunting trip, visiting various factories too over there, and I wanted a bag that's going to be quite honest, exactly the right size for what I need, because I've got various bigger bags and various smaller bags, but you know, choose the one that you exactly do need. So again, absolutely A1 quality stitching. We've got all the sort of pockets in here for your travel documents, sort of small valuables, pens, things like that in the front pocket. There's a small flat pocket on the front here, so you can put, you know, fast access things in there that you might need, like a USB backup charger or your phone or something like that. And then if we get to, obviously these are a little bit difficult to get into when they're all fastened together and all flattened out, and when they're all full of your kit, you get into them easily. Again, lanyards, they will not untie, they will not come loose because they are very well made. So in the back there, we've got a deeper elasticated pocket, we've got various mesh pockets here, so we can put other items in like that. Those go in there. And then on the back itself, we've got padding on the back, and we've got semi-adjustable system SAS Plus, and that's the AirNat. Now that, I'm not quite sure why that is a Velcro system there, but it does allow some versatility on it. You've got molly on it, you've got additional straps to grab hold of, it's got a chest strap on it, it's also got a waist strap, and there's, you know, a decent level but not excessive amounts of shoulder padding, because if you're using one of these for, you know, for a hunting bag, then you know, there are chances sometimes where you need to take a shot before you get your rucksack off even, and having a super thick shoulders on them is absolutely useless. So that's actually quite a beneficial factor, I find. So there we go, that'll be getting packed up with some kit and used various places. This is a thicker mid layer, but it's still quite lightweight. This is another thing I've requested for my US trip, because it's like a lightweight, very warm mid layer. So you've got some quilting in here, it's obviously got insulation in it. The item is called, I need to remember the name on it now. Now this is another Helicon item. This is the Wolfhound hoodie jacket. So, you know, you can just pull it over your head if it's got showers, rain, things like that. You know, it's going to give you a little bit more warmth to it, but it's not hugely bulky. It's very, very thin. And, you know, that is, there's not a huge amount to it in terms of that, but it's got just enough to just give you that extra added layer of insulation, you know, because it's the layering principle that keeps you really warm, especially when you're super cold. So I'll give that a go. And here are a pair of boots. So these boots are called the Protector boots. They are Grom 01-228745. These are, does it say where they are? Well, they're obviously made in my size, colour is brown. Doesn't say where they're made, I don't think, but I suspect these might be made somewhere in Europe. And in size 45, which is my requested size, and there we go. So this is just a mid-weight hunting, walking around boot. It's got a nice rubber sole in it there. It's not going to be too heavy, it's not going to be too noisy. You've got a full membrane system in there, and it's got very deep, so you've got, you know, probably 7 inches maybe of water resistance on that. The system in it is called a T-Pore waterproof and breathable membrane. So we'll give these a go and see what they're like. They're not massively expensive like some of the boots you might have seen me wearing, but we shall see, because we've got a various cordura and leather build. We've got padding around the top there, and it's not overly complex for the build structure on it. It doesn't actually say where they're made, but I suspect from the label they are actually made in Europe. Looking at the stitching inside, everything seems neat. We've got various layers inside there. Nothing seems to be coming adrift or suggesting there's going to be any weakness in that stitching system. So it'll be a lot of interesting to see how the rubber sole stays bonded here and things like that. There's no glue overspill or anything going on. So let's see how they go along. Right, what can I say? Like, subscribe, comment, click the notification bell, because this is a bit of an unusual unboxing video, but you know, all sorts of kit comes my way, and I don't often talk about things like this because you see the logos, you see the advertising on the channel. Thank you very much to Military First for advertising on the channel. And go to the end of the video, there's a little Military First advert, and also there'll be a link in the description and also the discount code as well, which I believe off the top of my head is PARKIN5. So thank you for watching, bye for now.